This is episode 50 of Fire Sale Franchise. It's time for the draft, and now a quick sum up in case for whatever reason you missed it. We've got the second overall pick after trading away our quarterback, our backup quarterback Logan Tammy, and a third rounder. We've got the seventh overall pick after trading away our last season starting right tackle Zach Houston and a third rounder. And we've got the 24th overall pick because we went out in the first round of the playoffs. We've also got the 56th, the 64th, and the 77th, making 6 picks in the top 100. And as you can see down here at the bottom, and it is kind of true, one left end away. Left end is pretty much the biggest need. It's even not a need though. It's Dion Jordan, who's got, I think he had 22 sacks maybe last season, 10 this season. He's very good, but who knows what it's like to have an absolute great player there. Same as Mario Edwards Jr., you know, a very high 80s player. Could be a huge difference. Defensive tackle will also could potentially be upgraded. We're always looking for, you know, a bit of depth at the linebacker position. And strong safety as well, looking for that. But let's start the NFL draft. Obviously, immediately pause, and then we can look at the players again. Look at the short list that we've got, the watch list rather, and let's start drafting. Almost press simulate draft. So let's pause it straight away, and we can take a look at our draft board. So here is our watched list. We've got a tight end, a free safety, left tackle. Left tackle, I'm very interested in Chandler Burke there. We don't necessarily need him to play left tackle for us. So actually, I don't know why I'm very interested in him. I just have a feeling he's going to be a very good player. A couple of defensive ends here that obviously look good. More than a couple of defensive ends. Some linebackers. Wide receiver. Very interested in wide receiver. AJ Blaylock, a little bit. We can take a quick look at him. He's not bad. He's got good speed, 4.42. He's not the strongest, as we can see down there. Pretty agile, good numbers for the 3-cone and 20-yard. He is also a route runner, which obviously is nice, but he is quite small, so probably a slot guy as a route runner as well there. But there is another wide receiver I am very interested in, and that is Jordan Dyson down here out of Georgia, a speed receiver. And he comes with speed, 4.29 40-yard dash. He's got the 3-cone, the 20-yard, very, very fast, probably very agile. Now the rest of the numbers a little bit lower though. We've got the C+ route running, the C+ spectacular catch, but that kind of speed is very interesting. We got all sorts of players though. Dexter Morland, I'm not entirely sure now why he is actually on our watch list, but clearly is there for a reason. But we've also got a bunch of guys here in the second round that have first round talent. Looks like a good year. Last year wasn't that good, and it seems to have made up for it this year. But really what we're just going to do is, rather than addressing positions, because we'll have plenty of chances, I think, to go for it, especially with the 2nd and 7th overall pick, we're just going to take the player that looks the best, that is available for us there, that is ranked to go next. Because obviously here, this is the order, and Chandler Burke would be one of the first to go. If he's there at 2, I think I'll have to take him. And then at 7, we can take one of these defensive ends. I think that is exactly what we're going to do. So let's do it. We've got the 2nd overall pick. So let's skip ahead to the next pick. I'm interested to see what the 49ers go for. Don't expect quarterback because they've got a decent one. They may still do it. Let's find out. They go left tackle. They took the man we wanted, which to be fair is fair enough. I mean, the only annoying thing is there, like I said, we wanted him. However, it does mean we can now go with some more glamorous picks, if you will. Offensive line is always a bit of a downer pick because you don't necessarily want to use it, but it does mean we are here now in a position. Well, now we're kind of overwhelmed by what we've got, but we'll go right end, I think. Then we have this man here, Antoine Dyson, free safety. We don't necessarily need a free safety, but of course we can always switch safeties around. He is the fastest free safety in the draft. He's the most agile free safety in the draft. You know, acceleration, agility comes a little bit more from that 3-cone, 20-yard shuttle area. And he's the best in all 3 of those speed-based kind of things. And he's got A- hit power, so we know he's a big hitter. And he's fast. We don't need to right now, I don't think, go for a defensive end. Xavier Batiste is good, however, so is Alton McMillan. So is Lincoln Dixon, but he's a 3-4, and I'm looking for an actual edge rusher right now. So is Ryan Tatum at left end here. We've got plenty of options at defensive end. And I think that safety's just too good to pass up right here. Tight end, obviously, actually, we could, you know, burn the league with another great tight end. The thing I'm thinking here is if this tight end turns out to be good, and he was actually suggested that he might be the one going number 1 overall, if he turns out to be very good, I'm not going to be that mad because we've got Chance Sugars, who is a freak. If Antoine Dyson turns out to be very good, I would be angrier and annoyed that we don't have him on the team. Same goes for someone like, I know that's where I want to go, I'm going to do it. Look at his speed, he's got A- hit power, he's got good zone coverage, he's got good pursuit. This man could be one of our new starting safeties. I'm taking him. And we were good to take him. He's got 81 zone coverage, which is of course nice. Good tackling, good pursuit, good hit power, 91. It's what we like out of Tremont Steed, and he comes with it with the speed and the coverages. Ranked to the number 3 true talent, we take him at number 2. Out of Texas, we've got ourselves a little Earl Thomas here. I'm not mad with this pick whatsoever. Happy to make it. Let's see what happens after this. So the next 2 picks were both defensive ends. Xavier Batiste and whatever his first name McMillan was. Then a right guard, then a right tackle. And it's back to us. That tight end now is still there. Projected to go first overall. Falls to the 7th overall spot. Now our next pick is very late in the first round, and that defensive end might be gone, but taking him this early is also crazy. It's too early to take the player we want. I'm gonna go for the tight end. He's fallen this far. We've got the chance to take him. I would now at this point regret if he was gonna be good. We're going Kirby Lott. We're gonna have to change our offensive scheme if he's as good as he looks to, cater for 2 tight ends, looking at probably like a Patriots style thing or something like that. Let's draft him. It says good pick. I would say it's a slight bit of a reach. It's of course not a problem. However, he could have been better. I'm not mad about it. It's a decent pick. And again, like I said, potentially, unless he turns out to be a better talent, of course, I still think too early to go for the other defensive end. I'll probably regret not having gone for him, but we go for the tight end, and as a second tight end, a 78 overall, of course, is very nice, and he is now our second best tight end. And it looks like the man is there that we want. Quarterback, middle linebacker, the 3-4 defensive end I was on about, another free safety that looked good. Blaylock, who I kind of forgot about the fact we wanted to go receiver, that kind of annoys me. I did forget about him, may have gone for him instead. Gonna be very annoyed if he ends up being good, but the man we want is there. Here he is, Ryan Tatum. We've taken 2 starters now. Well, we haven't taken 2 starters out of Michigan State, but we've got 2 starters out of Michigan State on our team already. We're looking to add a 3rd here. We're in the late first round. He's a late first round talent. He's a speed rusher, what we want on the left side as well. And we get a good pick there. Ranked number 17 in true talent. We take him at 24. 79 overall. He looks good. He's got very nice speed, to be fair. 87 speed, 89 acceleration. For a defensive end, quick development as well. This guy would actually beat, some of our wide receivers in a foot race. That's not bad whatsoever. Definitely happy with him. We get exactly what we wanted. We did miss out on that wide receiver. That could be a decision that is questioned for a long time to come, but he was expected to go first overall. If I'm sat there at 7 and he's still not gone, you can't blame me going for him. It will probably change what we do on offense. We still have 1 wide receiver we're interested in, but the next time we pick is very deep into the second round, and he's a second round talent. I think he will be gone. Let's find out. Pretty sure I saw him, and the fact that a bunch of wide receivers have gone, I would assume he is gone. There he is. He went to the Eagles, Dyson, and that's what happens, when you've got your eye on a few people and you've got some late picks, you're not going to get everybody you want. We've got 2 people we really wanted. We're actually only taken 1 that I wanted before we went into the draft. But I'm happy with every pick we've made so far. But all we've got left on the watch list is now some safeties and a fullback that was just in the news is the only reason why he's watched. We do, however, have this guy here, Kevin Gant. First in the speed drills, first in the strength drills. Why not double down on our safety picks? It might seem ridiculous, but I'm not going to start reaching for other positions. Take the best available. We're taking Kevin Gant at strong safety, having already taken a safety. Take him at 56. He's 42 true talent. He's only got 84 hit power. This is the kind of guy that you don't keep on the team, probably. Well, he'll stay on the team, but I would say that's an underwhelming pick, in all honesty. So here we are late in the second round. Nothing left in the second round. The next we've got 3rd rounders, so why not right now, and these are middle to late 3rd rounders, why not trade out of the second round and see what people are willing to offer us? Nobody really offering anything too great except for the Colts, who are offering a 2nd, a 3rd, and a 7th next year. I'm not feeling it, but like I said, there's nobody else I want to take right now. Let's take them up on their offer, give away that pick for some value next year. So we're back again. Let's see what's available. We're just going to go when they're graded this round. We'll take them in the round. We already doubled down on the safety. Why not double down on the end? Take this guy as well. Again, here now we're just with the, let's say, boring picks. Again, this is a guy we can probably shift to defensive tackle. Could have a look at that. Again, it's a decent pick again. We're looking at depth here, really. So it was a long time before we made our next pick because we weren't in the 4th round. And we're in the 5th round here, and people are offering 3rd rounders to get back in. That is mad. Now, who do we think is going to do the worst? The Browns are good. The Cowboys I think are decent. Patriots, Oakland, Seattle just won a Super Bowl. If I had to guess, I go off cap space. The fact that New England's got a lot might mean they do badly, and they are the worst of all of these options. So we'll go New England. They did the worst this year. We'll hope they do badly next year. 3rd rounder, though, for a 5th rounder is great value. So here we are in the 6th round. Let's take a look what's here. Let's just go for the strongest defensive tackle. Going down Tennessee again. We've gone Tennessee before. Let's do it again. Why not? And we find ourselves a good player there at great value. 38 true talent, 184. We took him at 92 strength, 78 tackling, 79 block shedding, good power moves. Not too slow acceleration wise, speed is slow, but he's got quick development as well, which obviously is huge. We didn't take any superstars this year, but that's a good pick. To be honest, didn't expect that down here. But we'll do what we always do when we get to the end. The final pick we always use on a wide receiver. It never ends well. Will Connell, I said I was interested, and he's got good enough speed. 4.53 is good enough. He's a red zone threat. That interests me. Probably a guy you can switch to tight end. I don't think this will be good. Every time we've gone a wide receiver this late in the draft, he's been an absolute, not a flop, because, you never expected anything from him. And there you go. Exactly. It's what I say. You don't expect much, you don't get much. Will is ranked number 327 in true talent. We take him at 216. Apparently that's still a good pick though. 64 overall. He can go and live on our practice squad. That's about it. He's got good jumping though. And that is done for the draft. So that is it done. Let's go for a recap as we like to do. There's a couple of people I want to look at and may be upset seeing. Let's take a look at our guys first though. We've got Antoine Dyson, a playmaker at the free safety position, who we may put over to strong safety. Maybe we'll move our man, what's his name over there? Completely blanked on his name. It'll come back. Give me a second. So maybe we move Darren Stanley over to strong safety if this guy happens to be a better free safety. I feel like he'll do very well at strong safety though. He's got that hit power that we like. 80 overall. We got Kirby Lott, the tight end. 78 overall, decent numbers as well. Not the great. The one thing that annoyed me about him was just that he didn't have good run blocking. Now, nothing said he should have good run blocking. He's a vertical threat. But it's kind of what I wanted out of our second tight end, but that's not his fault, that's my fault. Ryan Tatum, I think, is a very nice pick, very, very nice. I think he will start for us, the 79 overall at left end. He could have a very good season. We might have a defensive rookie of the year on our hands if he does what he can. Tavon Middleton as a running back comes in and is already better than our running back in an overall perspective and has better speed than him. Wow, 96 speed for the guy. Nice middle linebacker there taken by the Broncos, Cortez Monroe. Pretty jealous of that. Browns take a good cornerback. Kind of forgot about the cornerbacks, not that he was available for us. We picked 3 picks later than that, although I wouldn't be mad with that at all. He looks pretty decent. The Buccaneers, our mortal enemies because they stole our defensive rookie of the year with their rookie last year, don't do too well. Take that. The Cardinals, who of course gave us our pick, do pretty dreadfully. So John Rice, the other free safety out of Michigan State, is why I think I had an eye on him. Not as good as our free safety that we took. They took a bunch of cornerbacks as well, the Dolphins here. The Eagles, who took our man, Jordan Dyson, 73 overall, 95 speed. We knew he had the speed, but everything else, not that crazy. I mean, he's got some good moves. It's Blaylock I'm looking at, though. Jazario Blaylock is a cornerback we missed out on when we took Jameson Nicholson. Not that we were going to take him instead of Jameson Nicholson, it's just it was someone else I was looking at that year. He ended up being very good. Another Blaylock, the wide receiver, comes around this time. Chandler Burke, the left tackle, 80 overall, obviously good. Look at the speed, it's nice for a tackle, 70, 81, 89 strength, 85 pass blocking, 78 run blocking, 83 impact blocking. He's not bad, we wouldn't need him to be honest. The Lions doubling down on the quarterback position. They take one 11th overall, they take one 11th in the second round, and both of them are 80 overalls. And one of them's got nice speed, 80-80. He doesn't look like he can run 80-80, but apparently he does. He doesn't look like a quarterback whatsoever. Batiste here, that was obviously a guy we were looking at. An 81 overall, he ends up being 83-84. Taken 3rd overall, so if we wouldn't have gone for our safety pick, we would have had him instead. I'll take it though, I think we ended up alright. And there is Blaylock, 76 overall. So again, not mad whatsoever that we missed out on those wide receivers. Mad in principle once we see what they're like. And he's got the same strength as Dyson, who was supposed to be a little weedy fellow. But Blaylock not much better. 76 of course isn't bad, but it's not good enough to make me completely angry we didn't manage to get him. Dixon, the 3-4 defensive end, a 79 overall. The Redskins took Alton McMillan, 79 overall. So the only one that was actually better than our defensive end was the one guy we could have taken instead of Antoine Dyson. But I have a feeling he is going to be a big part of our defense. You don't pick a safety 2nd overall that comes in at an 80 overall with some real nice numbers, and that doesn't end up being a big part of your team. And Ryan Tatum, 79 overall, as good as the defensive ends outside of that one that were taken ahead of him. Very happy with that pick. 80, just remember, 87, 89. He's barely slower than our safeties right here. He's literally faster than this wide receiver we took in the 7th round, 86, 88. He's literally 87, 89, one better in each of those. He can outrun our tight end. When you actually consider those numbers, that's kind of mad. So here is our dynamic duo here. Chance Sugars and Kirby Lott, both of them are huge. Both of them are 6'7", 260 pounds, 86 and 89. Those are guys that are going to be making some plays. Route running Kirby Lott needs to be a lot better at 66. That's certainly something we'll work at, but his catching's good. His speed is good. He'll do all right. So that is it for the draft. New players in. And let's take a look at the new depth chart. It's changed a little bit. So our new offensive line, of course we knew this already, but it's Nat Newsom at left tackle, Laramie Tunzel at left guard. Corey Wong may actually lose his position to our left guard. Exil Browner is actually a better center than Corey Wong. We might have to give him a chance there. He's actually a better center than he is a guard according to his overall. Right guard, still Janikowski. It allows a lot of sacks, but like I said before, that is also a right guard or a right side issue. Taylor Decker, our new right tackle. That's, this is a drastically different looking line, and it's got some nice players in there now. Tight ends, Chance Sugars, Kirby Lott, Mobo in as the number 3 guy. Our wide receivers still the same. They've been the same since day one. Brandon Coleman, Malcolm Mitchell, Tajay Sharp, and some depth. Will Judy, our running back, of course, offensive rookie of the year. Lance Sitton at quarterback, Blake Moreland at fullback, Carson Wentz, a new backup face for us. And then we get here and we see some differences. Darren Stanley is going to be our starting strong safety entering the season. Darren Stanley is as good a strong safety as he is. Is he a free safety? Dyson is actually a worse strong safety than he is a free safety. That was an easy decision to make. Also, just looking at Darren Stanley's stats again, he is ridiculous. He is basically what Dyson was, but a little bit better with better play recognition and everything. A huge hitter with serious speed, better speed than Dyson. He's huge, we know that. He's now going to be stood on that right side, or rather our defensive left side, with Jameson Nixon always in front of him. That's, that any height advantage you thought you had on that side is completely erased. Dyson now our playmaker, playing free safety. Linebacker still the same, every position backed up by Deion Jones, of course. Then behind him, guys like Kyler Fackrell and stuff. Kevin Pierre-Lewis, we like him at everything, but he technically, Deion Jones apparently is better than Kevin Pierre-Lewis in the stats we like Kevin Pierre-Lewis for. But I have to see, it's an open competition. Cornerbacks, nothing changes there. One out of our defensive ends is Mary Edwards Jr. We know about him. Defensive tackle, Jamarcus Vance. Then we've got Jeffries in here right now, the rookie. And like I knew with Rager, ended up being as good a defensive tackle as Jeffries. Is only a 72 rated defensive end. However, David Onyemata may keep his job, to be honest. I was looking at the stats, and if it goes off stats, David Onyemata looks like he'll probably end up being better than Jeffries. But we're going to try Jeffries here, see how he does. Jamarcus Vance is our starting defensive tackle, no doubt about that. And then Ryan Tatum at the defensive end position still cannot get over his speed. I probably won't do the off-season, or rather, sorry, the preseason. I probably won't do the preseason in an episode. We'll just jump straight into the season, but I will definitely be going into the preseason to take a look at some of these guys, because I need to know what this team looks like. We're going to have to think about a new offensive scheme as well. Well, we have to try something new. You can't not take advantage of having 2 very good tight ends. That is it for this episode. I am very happy actually with these drafted players. I think this is going to be real fun here with Dyson. He just his stats and everything make him look like he's going to be a playmaker. Has very high catching actually. That's another thing that excites me there. Very high catching. The free safety obviously, and a lot of times in a good position to make plays, especially if they're going deep and we're playing cover 2 man and things like that. Free safety often comes over. They like to go to the left side. Darren Stanley at the strong safety position. He's going to be shaking some boots when he comes down. And well, this team. If this team isn't going to a Super Bowl, who knows? We stocked up. We have seriously stocked up. This, without a doubt, in my mind, is the best team in the NFL right now, and we should be marching back to another Super Bowl.